Welcome back to Roadtrip Revivals. This is Spotty the Mk1 Fiesta I bought in the Loire-Atlantique region of France and road tripped 150 miles back home to where I live in Brittany. If you haven't seen that video, go back and have a look. We had quite a few issues, but we overcame, got the little car home. In this video, we're going to have a good poke around, inside, outside, top, bottom, see how we can improve it, assess the condition of the engine and see if that can be improved. So it's a 1978 1.1 L, and the L got you a few extras. If I'm not mistaken, the base model had rubber matting. This one has carpet. It also got you door bins, maybe a slightly nicer dashboard. I'm not sure. I read somewhere on the base you didn't get a passenger sun visor. Also maybe the headlining was a bit different. Maybe the seats were a bit more plush as well. You tell me. But yeah, you've got all the basic equipment there, the arm exercises. The door handle, interior door handle, is snapped off, so you have to reach out and open it from the other side. This window's been broken at some stage and that's a plastic replacement. Otherwise, the interior is pretty good. The carpet's not worn. The seats have got these seat covers on, and I haven't looked underneath because they're really, really well tied on, and I don't really want to mess with them. And we can assume that they won't be perfect underneath there, will they? I wouldn't have thought. The dashboard is all quite nice. It's not too cracked. Actually, it's not cracked at all. There was someone had put a radio in here and they made a box to fit there, so they didn't drill any holes in anything. And then there's a little bung that pops out back there, and they'd wired it in that way. It looked very untidy, so I took it away. As far as equipment, we got 2-speed wipers, no intermittent, but you got a single wipe there. The hazard lights aren't working, although the indicators work. And the fan works, but it sounds like a dying walrus. I'm going to say it's showing 12,000 kilometers. I would say probably 112 would be about right for this. Not too much wear on the pedal or the steering wheels. Headlining is all in nice condition. Let's have a quick look in the boot. Someone at some stage made this parcel shelf, which is all right actually, it does the job. The paint's flaking off, so that needs redoing. Still have the boot MDF panels intact, and there's no rot holes in the boot floor, which is unusual for one of these, I think. That's that box that was for holding the stereo. All pretty good under there as well. Boot lid is not rotten either. Even the struts are good. As far as the bodywork goes, just lots of surface corrosion really, but everything is solid. The bottom of the doors are all there. They shut nicely as well. Look at that. Got an exterior mirror as well. I don't know if the chrome was a little step up for ordering an L, and whether the base ones just had black bumpers. See the dealer sticker there. I'm gonna say probably 95% this car is all original paint. Just a shame it's hearing aid beige, but original paint nonetheless. All nice and straight, no dents anywhere. Quite amazingly, no dents at all actually. There's maybe just one little, you can barely even see it. One tiny bit there. The chrome is all quite nice as well. And the roof, again, not bad. I guess that aerial is not original, someone's put that in, but they seem to have made a decent job of it. All the glass is okay, except for that one there that I pointed out earlier. Didn't get a opening rear window on these, which is a bit sad. Maybe you did on the gear, I'm not sure. Some more old stickers there. So yeah, there you go. I cleaned it out inside, got rid of some of the junk. Next we'll move on, get it in the workshop, get it up in the air, see what we can't do with that engine. I did have quite a few issues with this engine getting us home. I did get it running on 4 cylinders, but it was quite obvious just from the way it sounds when it turns over that it doesn't have much compression. So we'll find out what's going on there. Hopefully we can improve that situation. Right, we've got Spotty up on the scissor lift here, and the news is mostly good. There's lots of snails living on the wheels. I think they've all expired now, but they're still clinging on their shells. Lots of surface corrosion, but there's no actual rot holes anywhere. The front cross member has heavy surface corrosion, but I think it's savable. And the same for the valance, it might just need a small repair on that lower edge there. Tyres are pretty good. Wheel arches are not bad at all. Engine and gearbox are not very leaky. But yeah, it's just a survivor, this thing. Absolutely original, amazing. It's survived this well, really. Down the middle here. Not much corrosion on the floor pans at all. That's the right side. That's the left side. But it's all savable, but it needs doing now, sort of thing. The back plates are quite rusty, but they still look solid enough. Spring mounts, the back of the boot floor here, lots of surface corrosion, but I've tapped it all and there's no holes. Rear axle doesn't look too bad. Steel brake pipes are still there. Up in there, all solid. Up in that little rot trap there next to the suspension mounting is okay. Fuel tank looks okay. Exhaust is pretty good. This little pivot point here for the rear handbrake is seized up. It's weird actually that the handbrake wasn't sticking on, but I think maybe it's only working on the left wheel at the moment. Tyres, not too bad. And this one, yeah, another snail. Yeah, the rear arches are there. The seals are solid, not repaired. More snails, good wheel arch. Yeah, not too bad at all. The brakes are all freed off now. There's that other sill. That's the lead replacement I spilt when I was putting it in. The next thing I want to look at on Spotty is the valve clearances. So I just quickly popped the rocker cover off here, which is the work of 5 minutes. And it's quite clean under here actually. It's not suffering from Black Death, so it has had some maintenance. And the first thing I notice on cylinder 3 here, the inlet valve is down, and just give the exhaust a rock and there's no clearance on that at all. So perhaps we could be lucky and find that a valve adjustment will help the compression on this. I'll adjust the valves. I'll use the rule of 9. That means that when 6 is all the way down, you adjust number 3. When 4 is all the way down, you adjust number 5. When 7's all the way down, you adjust number 2. The 2 you're working on always add up to 9. That way it's easy to remember. As a side note, I bought this the other day on AliExpress. It's like a Tipex white marker thing, and it's absolutely brilliant. So handy just for marking the leads. It draws on everything. Well, FYI, the rule of 9 doesn't work on the Valencia engine. The camshaft geometry doesn't support that feature. So I did it the old-fashioned way, kept turning it over, wait till a valve closes, turn the engine roughly another revolution, something like that. Then you know they're on the back of the cam, and then you adjust that valve. So it takes a bit longer, but that's done. I'm going to leave the cam cover off for a minute and the ignition leads. And I'm just going to turn it over because I'll know straight away by the way it sounds when it turns over if it's got any more compression than before. I would say that sounds a bit better actually, but I'll get the cam cover on and get it running, warmed up, and then we'll do a compression test, I think. I thought I'd just give you my tips to do an accurate compression test. Firstly, I cable tie the throttle wide open or wedge the pedal down with something if it's a car with an accelerator pump on the carburetor. And the reason for that is if you had someone sit inside and they stamp on the accelerator each time they turn the engine over, you're pumping raw fuel straight down into your inlet manifold, sucking it into your cylinders, washing down your bores, potentially affecting your reading actually. Number 2, have a good gauge. This is a snap-on one, so that one is pretty good. Take all the plugs out before you start. That way the engine will spin over a bit faster. I like to do it warm. You can do it cold as well if you want to, cold and warm. Doesn't matter where you start, but be ready to write down the readings as well because you don't want to have to do it twice. Put the gauge somewhere you can see it inside. The throttle's already wide open, so we don't need to worry about that. In neutral. And what I like to do is crank it until it doesn't give any more pressure. But I usually just count for 10 cranks, and then you can easily do the same on each one. After 10, it isn't really going to go any higher anyway. But I say 10 cranks, I mean 10 compression strokes on that cylinder, but you will hear them, and as it goes round, you can count them. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That cylinder does 120. It's nothing too special, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That one is 75 psi. Uh-oh. So that's our final result. A bit all over the place, aren't they? I think when we tested it, when I bought the car, I think it was 2 and 3 that were particularly low. I think particularly 3 had a very tight, had basically no lash on the exhaust side of things. I think what's happened is we've had valve recession, and that's caused the clearances to become too tight. And that's really bad to run the engine that way, because if you imagine every time the engine's on its compression stroke, some of those burning hot exhaust gases are escaping past the valves, inlet or exhaust, but obviously the exhaust is more prone to overheating, and that will start to degrade the sealing surfaces very quickly, which is probably what's happened here. So I'm going to say it's going to need a valve job, this engine, eventually. It runs okay for now, but it's in the post, let's say. This made me smile. He's put a printed label on the washer bottle here. It says, "Don't touch it, please." Do you reckon that's because he didn't want to be charged 15 francs for filling it up when he took it in for a service? Did all Mk1 Fiestas have assisted brakes? I'm not sure. I think the next video on this car, I'm going to give it all a polish. We'll treat the worst bits of corrosion, polish the rest, see what it looks like. My initial reaction was it needs a paint job, but it would be kind of a shame to paint it because it's so original. So we'll give it a polish, see what it looks like. The car is also going to be the basis of some experimental work. I'm quite taken with this little car. I've been using it as my daily smoke about for the last few days, and it runs and drives great now despite having low compression on a couple of cylinders. Long term, I'm not sure if I'll be keeping it. If it's something you might be interested in, you'll find my email address in the description and we can have a chat about it. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.